People said Prince Ovi barked at night. Others said he spoke to trees and shadows. But there was one thing no one could deny. He was always clean. Even in madness, Ovi of Umolo Kingdom was never seen dirty. His attendants washed him every morning, rubbed sweet oil on his skin, and dressed him in fine royal clothes. He smelled of peace, even when his mind was broken. "If my son must be mad," the king often said, "then he will be the cleanest madman in the land." But behind the soft scent of perfume and the shine of royal silk, sadness lived in Ovi's eyes. Before madness came, Prince Ovi was the kingdom's joy, tall, gentle, and full of big dreams. He studied abroad and returned with bright ideas to help his people. He wanted to build schools, roads, and hospitals. But one day, after a short visit to the city, something changed. He began to laugh when nobody spoke. He cried when the sky was clear, and during a royal feast, he tore his fine clothes and shouted that the moon was calling his name. From that day, Umualo fell into sorrow. Prophets prayed, doctors injected medicines, herbalists burned strong-smelling leaves and whispered strange words. But nothing worked. Even the foreign doctor, Dr. Roberts, who came with big machines and a calm voice, could not help him. Ovi would often stand by the palace window, staring at the sky and saying softly, "The rain speaks peace, only the rain." One cloudy afternoon, Ovi sat quietly by his window. The sky looked heavy and dark. Then, without a word, he stood up and said to his driver, "Musa, let's drive." "Where to, Your Highness?" "Anywhere," Ovi replied, his eyes far away. They drove through the busy city, past big shops, loud markets, and streets full of people. Then Ovi saw something that made him sit up. A group of children were hawking water under the hot sun. Their clothes were old, their feet bare, but they were smiling as they ran and shouted, trying to sell. "Follow them," Ovi said. Musa looked at him, surprised. "Your Highness, that road leads to a slum. Follow them," Ovi repeated, his voice calm but sure. The car turned off the main road and drove into a narrow, muddy path. The smell of smoke and wet earth filled the air. Rusty roofs leaned close together and dogs barked from the corners. When the children saw the fine car, they screamed and ran. No car that beautiful had ever entered their world. Just then, thunder rolled. The sky opened and heavy rain began to fall. Ovi stepped out of the car, not in royal agbada, but in a simple brown suit and white shirt. He stood still for a moment, lifted his face to the rain, and smiled. Then he laughed, then he danced. He danced slowly at first, splashing puddles with his shiny shoes. Then he twirled, spun, and lifted his arms like a child who had found joy again. The children watched from afar, wide-eyed. Then one small girl ran out to join him. A boy followed. Then another. Soon, laughter filled the air. The prince and the children danced under the rain, clapping, splashing, and shouting for joy. Dr. Roberts and the palace guards arrived, shocked. They tried to stop him, but Ovi held the doctor's hand and shouted through the rain, "You want to heal me? Then dance with me." The doctor froze, then slowly smiled. He stepped into the rain and joined them. Before long, his white shirt was brown with mud, and he was laughing like a child again. When the rain finally stopped, Ovi stood quietly, water dripping down his face. He smiled, not like a prince, but like a man who had finally found peace. That day, his madness left him. From that day, Ovi lived between two worlds. In the city, he dressed in royal agbada and behaved like the noble prince everyone admired, calm, polite, and wise. But in the slum, he was just Ovi, the man who danced under the rain with poor children. He built a school. He dug clean water wells for the people. He built a small clinic. He told his driver one day, "These children healed me. Now I will build them tomorrow." Dr. Roberts also began to visit often, bringing toys and food for the children. And whenever it rained, the doctor danced with them again, laughing like one of them. Years passed. Ovi never lost his mind again. When his father died, he became king, kind, humble, and loved by all. But even as king, he never forgot the slum. Sometimes he arrived in his fine car wearing clean white clothes. The children would run to him shouting, "The Rain King is here." He would laugh, take off his shirt, and dance with them, bare-chested, free, and happy. Sometimes he called a few children into his car. They sat on the fine leather seats with muddy feet, laughing as he turned on music. Then, right there inside the car, they danced, mud splashing everywhere. The guards watched, shocked, but the king didn't care. To him, that was real joy. The same joy that once saved his life. Now, whenever rain falls in Umolo, children run outside to dance, and the elders smile and tell them, "Once upon a time our prince was mad, but love cured him. Rain healed him, and the laughter of poor children gave him back his mind." The moral of the story is simple. Peace does not always come from medicine or money. Sometimes it comes from simple hearts, clean laughter, and dancing with people who remind us that we are all the same, no matter how high we rise. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.